Hi everybody, welcome along. Today is Thursday, 22nd of April 2021. This is our noonday snack. It's our second opportunity to add additional movement minutes into our day. This is where we have our most variety really, so balance, strength, those sorts of things. Now, listen, if you're on catch up and this isn't the one you want, then please do go find the one you do want. They're all on our Facebook group. And then join me by dropping a comment in, let me know you've been in. Once you've done that, carry on with your catch up. Keep catching up. And I'll see you once you've caught up, if you know what I mean. Once you've got to this stage in your catch up, yeah? Always drop us a comment in, let us know, because it's lovely to know you've been here and we'll come back to you. All right, I'm going to leave you there and I'm going to pop across and say hello to people as they're coming on board now. So, Jenny Wyatt Williams, good morning to you. Good morning to Sue Tilly, who's joining us as well. I'm in a different location. I found a different place to come to today. I'm trying to work my way around everywhere. There's no doors with glass in, so nobody's going to be waving at me today. I think it was that window cleaning one especially. When I got my hand in the air, everyone thought as they went past that I was waving at them. So everybody started waving back. Hey, it's the trials and tribulations of this, isn't it? So this is our noonday snack. This is our second opportunity to add those additional movement minutes into our day. Carol Kent, good afternoon to you. A lunchtime snack before shopping is delivered. Christine is in from Port Talbot. Hi Christine, Mrs. P. Margaret Wood from beautiful sunny Chesterfield. I think it's sunny outside. I haven't been out this morning. And as much as I did, I went out to get here and then I stepped outside since then. And no real windows around where I am. There are windows, but not where I'm at the moment. George, good afternoon to you. Welcome along. It is our noonday snack. So remember, this is about adding extra, additional movement minutes into our day. It's over and above everything else we already do. So, a lot of us lead busy lives. May not seem that it's busy, but I'm sure we're on the go a lot all the time. So this is about adding those extra minutes over and above that. Here we focus on balance and strength, as I said. Have you got something stretchy with you? That's what I want to know. Did you bring yourself something stretchy? Hello to Vivian Dixon, who's joining us painting fences this morning. Glad I took a second look at that, because first when it popped up I thought it said painting faces. I thought you'd been doing was it Willow or Neve that did it to Kelsey a couple of weeks ago when she was painting the fence? I don't know. I lose track. Right, we're at 12 o'clock, so listen, if you want to lose the comments on the bottom of the screen, feel free, swipe them to the right and they will be gone. A quick hello to Rita, who's joining us there. Now, listen, that is gone. Should we have a 3, 2, 1? All right. Good afternoon, everybody. You're with Dave Montgomery from Later Life Training. Today is Thursday, the 22nd of April, 2021, and this is our noonday snack. Second opportunity to add those extra minutes into our day. As always, we can do this in a standing or we can do it in a seated position. Choice is yours. Make sure you've got some fixed external support available, especially if you're doing it in a standing and need that support. Right, let's get ourselves ready to go then, shall we? So, in our standing position firstly, let's have a look at our posture. So, we've got our heels in line with our knees and our knees are in line with our hips. We're lifting and lengthening out from our hips to grow that a little bit taller. Shoulders coming up, back together and pressing down, so we open across the chest, we lengthen and we bring that extra room into our chest cavity as we lengthen through the body. From there we lengthen through the neck as well. We've got our fixed external support, so I have a wall here, I've got a desk here. Now in seated, the first thing we need to do is bring ourselves off the back of the chair. So sitting forward off the back of that chair is a lift and a shift to bring yourself into the front third. Now not ideal today, but this is the only chair I had in here. I've got arms on it. Ideally, no arms on that chair. Again, we've got ourselves in position with our legs and heels and knees. We lift and lengthen, shoulders up, back and press down. And from there, we start with our circulation boosting. So pushing ourselves up onto the ball of the foot, lifting the heel off the floor, engaging the toes with the floor. So we start to get some rhythmical movement happening. It's about getting us moving, it's about getting the body moving to raise the heart rate slightly, get us breathe a little bit more deeper, but to get us mobilized as well. So from there, to make it a little bit bigger, bring the foot off the floor, pointing the toes down on the floor, getting a bit of a march going there. Now speed is not overly essential. As I should have said at the beginning, make sure that there's nothing around that you can fall over. Yeah? Make sure you work at your own pace. Your range of motion, your speed is exactly the right one. Make sure we've got comfortable shoes on. Now in seated, this is a big movement, so we might want to take it to a toe tap in front, or you may want to bring it back into that heel raise if you start to get some fatigue into the hips. In our standing position, then we've got that march going on. You can see how the toes start to point towards the floor. Now using that support if you need to. If your support is by the side, make sure you keep your hand on it. If you change to the other side at all, it's going to be a pause, a turn with as many steps as you need to change yourself to the other side, and then away you go. You might use that when we put the arm in. So we drive the elbow backwards to bring the arm movement in. And if you want to change it, that would be where you would take a pause, turn as many steps as you need, other side, and then start again. If your support's in front of you and you've got room for your knees, then you've got the ability to keep that march going. Just pop the foot down, pop the hand down, before you bring the other hand off. Seated, standing, if we feel steady and we feel stable, then both arms, both legs at the same time. Bigger in as much as more of the body is moving, so we're getting more of an intensity included in there because of the fact we've got more parts of the body moving. Keep the breathing going. We'll do this for around about 1.5, 2 minutes, and after that 2 minutes or so, we start to slow it down just a little bit and bring it to a pause. And at this point, we should feel as though we want to take a couple of deep breaths. That is where we want to be. We don't want to feel as though we're having to really breathe deeply there. All right, let's take a little pause there. Have a drink if you need one. Bring yourself back in. Let's have a look at what we're going to do movement-wise. So, what I wanted us to do today is have something stretchy with us. We're going to do some work into our shoulders, back of the shoulders, so upper back, and also into our inner thigh. Now, before we do that, let's have a look at some balance work as well. So, from a balance perspective, what we're going to do is bring ourselves up onto our toes, lower back down, pause there, and then bring yourself onto your heels. So it's not a rock through, we're not doing a rock through, okay? We're lifting, we're lowering back down, resetting, and then onto our heels. Yeah? So that, don't do it as one movement. If you're not using your support, or even if you are using your support and standing, straight up, straight down. Weight goes down through your big toe and your second toe. And as you come onto your heels, body stays tall. So we lift the toes off. We don't stick the bottom out. Now use your support if you need it. And again, as always, remember, while you're in this position here, don't be afraid to step out if you need to. Now if you want to make this a little bit harder in standing, what you can do is take the feet a little bit wider. And then we start to work the muscles a little bit differently. Yeah? But remember, I want you to do that pause between everything. So we lift, we lower, have a pause there, and then a lift. Now, so put that pause in there. What you might want to do is just put a little bit of mobility in there as well. So lift, lower down onto your heels, knees soft, a rotation to the side, into the centre, lift onto those heels. Yeah? Pause there. Rotate the other way. So you've got that rotation happening between each of them. Use your support if you want to. Now in seated, what are you going to do for me? In the seated position, sitting tall, lift onto your toes, come down, put that little pause in with that rotation there again, onto your heels, lower, rotate. To challenge ourselves a little balance-wise, when we come up here, let's put a lean out to the side. So we've got this sideways motion coming, diagonal motion. And again, when you come up to your heels, out again. So you've got this lift, reach to the side diagonally, pause there, rotate, come back in, lift the heels, and you might need to find here that you need to move your feet a little bit forward to get a good lift onto the heels, rotate, come back in, reset those feet, lift. You'll reach in there if you want to challenge yourself, back in, that rotation. So there is your first movement. Second movement, this is where you need something stretching. I've got something really a little bit different today. I'm not going for a tea towel, I've gone for a dishcloth. Okay, so we've got a bit of stretch in there, look, and possibly a little bit more stretch than I would get in my tea towel. So we're going to work into the upper back. So just grabbing it, and I tend to grab it diagonally, so rather than just grab it there and there, grab it diagonally. Depends how much room you've got. Now if you've got a band, then what you're going to do is you're going to lay it across your lap. Lost my chair then. You're going to scoop it up underneath. Yeah? If you've got a tea towel or a band, then try and again hold it at either end. But we want a little bit of tension, but not too much. The movement, and we can do this in standing or seated, shoulders back and down. We draw apart and we pull it in with keeping the elbows in towards our belly button so the shoulder blades come together. Come forward and release that tension. So pull apart, draw it back in, forward and release. And if we're in seated, it's exactly the same. Here, look. Pull us apart, come in, forward and release. That is the movement we're looking for as far as that's concerned. And here, we're working on building strength between the shoulder blades. So we talk continually about getting good posture, opening this chest. We lift the shoulders up, we draw them back together, don't we? And that's where we need that upper back strength coming down. But also let's think about if we've got something, we're pulling it towards us, what's the movement we're doing? So if you've got the fridge and you're moving the fridge to get it out, for instance, that movement there, you're pulling in, upper back strength, that is where you need it, okay? So that's our second movement. Our third movement, we're going to work into our inner thigh. So I'm going to bring my chair forward and we're going to come into a seated position for this one. So feet are flat on the floor. Can you see where my feet are? Flat on the floor. Taking your, whatever it is, stretch thing, crunch it up and put it in between your legs. Now, my cloth is a little bit too small for that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fist there, and that's another one you can do. But can you see how I've lined everything up? So knees are in line with my hips, and in line with my heels. Feet stay exactly where they are. Whatever you've got, whether it's your stretchy thing that's between your knees or your fist, pop it there and keep your heels exactly where they are. Sitting tall, squeeze your knees together. Release, and squeeze again. So we're just bringing those knees in towards each other. Now this is going to build strength into our inner thigh. Let's think about movements where we'd use that. So if we're getting in and out of the bath, for instance, we've got that movement there, yeah? When you take that leg across, this other one's going to come with it. So where else would we use that? Getting into the car. This leg comes across, that's my outer thigh, but I've got to bring the other leg in as well, and that's the inner thigh. Plus also, our muscles are in pairs. So whenever we work and we start to talk about building strength, we want to focus on the opposite muscle as well. So again, setting up, sitting tall, squeezing together and releasing out. Now this is an ideal one for you to crowbar in because you can do this sat on the sofa later on, watching the news, watching the TV, cushion between your knees, give it a squeeze and release it out. There we are. That is us done. That is a very short snack today, sorry. I'm a bit pressed for time today. That is our snack for today. 3 movements there for you, plenty of stuff to crowbar in as you go through the rest of your day as well. Make sure you keep mobility, make sure you keep activity on your radar for the rest of the day and crowbar in those additional movements as much as you can throughout the day. I'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Have a great afternoon everybody. See you real soon. Bye bye.